Hey there! Have you ever felt your partner's presence after they've passed? Maybe you caught a whiff of their favorite cologne and a memory of them popped up when you least expect it. I have, and it's something I never thought would ever happen or be a part of my widowhood journey. In today's video, I'm going to share the one thing that makes this journey a little bit easier. And I promise it's not a magic pill, but it's definitely much better. Stick around, because if you ever wondered if your loved one is still looking out for you, I've got some heartwarming stories to share. Let's dive in. When my husband was in the hospital on life support and I was calling my family members, I was hearing this fast, high-pitched frequency on the line and breathing in the background. I never heard anything like it before. Also, I was sitting in the cot next to him and he was in the hospital bed. It felt like he was behind me, wrapping his arms around me and holding me tight. And I felt so much warmth. And that was the first time that I had felt calm through that whole experience after his accident. And I just felt so much love. All I could do was cry. I had so many questions. I asked his brother, and he was also having experiences like this too. This kind of thing continued even after he passed away. When I was talking to my mom on the phone, my grandmother, and my dad, I was hearing that same high-pitched frequency, and I heard breathing, and I heard my name, and I heard I love you. I thought I was losing it, but they heard it too. It's a crazy thing to wrap your head around, right? That someone you love is no longer here in the physical form, yet somehow there are these moments when you can't deny that they still feel like they're right there with you. I had a hard time accepting this too at first. My mom said, he's letting you know that he's okay and that he still loves you. Over the years, I've come to realize this, that just because they're not with us in the same way that we're used to them being with us, that doesn't mean that they're not here in some other way. Death, it turns out, might just be the start of a different kind of relationship with them. I still feel his loving presence to this day, and that stops me in my tracks, and it lets me know that love never dies. And I'm so grateful. Ever hear your favorite song play on the radio and then the perfect moment when you needed to pick me up? Or maybe a light flickers on and off for no reason and you think of them? Or the strangest thing, do you ever get light orbs in your photos that have like little faces that kind of look like him? These little things aren't just coincidences. They're the signs from your loved ones. I'm telling you, they will send us shiny coins, having like an important year on the front, dragonflies, birds, sometimes even through the most unexpected things, to let us know that they're okay and that we're not alone on this journey, such as feathers in places where there's nothing that has feathers around, random people you encounter that would say something that your husband would have said to you, or animals that come close to you and behave in unexpected ways like they are giving you a message. The day after my husband passed, I was outside on my patio and a hummingbird flew over and was hovering like this close to my face, like right here, and we just looked at each other for the longest time, and it was just floating there. It was a cold November morning, and I'd never seen a hummingbird ever at my place before until then, and I just knew it was him somehow. I just had this knowing. He was doing everything he could to let me know that he was okay and that he wasn't gone. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Okay, so they're sending signs, but how do I know they're actually talking to me? Here's the thing. If you start noticing patterns or even asking for a sign, whether it's for a sense of peace, guidance, or just a sign that they're watching over you, you'd be surprised at how often that actually happens, and they'll come through. I've had moments where I've asked my husband for help with something small. There was a rat in the garage in our old place, and he and I both did not like rats. So I asked him to please get it out of my garage. And in the most surprising ways, the problem disappeared, like he actually took care of it. I never saw that rat again in there. There was another time though. I was on my patio, it was nighttime, and was feeling kind of lonely and down, and I looked ahead and I saw there was 2 rats climbing on the back fence. I was grossed out at first, but then they started to face each other, like nose to nose, like they were kissing, and they just stayed there for a good minute. And I was like, what the hell am I witnessing here? Then I got love. It was like a Valentine for my husband, and that I am loved and that love is all around me. I laughed so hard because he used rats of all things to get me this message. What? But that's how it is. It's unexpected in weird ways, but you know it's from them because it's a knowing. And it's like they have this magical way of showing up when we need them the most. Here's where it gets good. It's not just about feelings that are comforted by a memory or a random sign. These signs, these little nudges, can actually help guide you toward the next chapter in your life. When our home that we were renting was being sold, I asked my husband if he could contribute to helping me find something that I could afford. And let me tell you, every time I've asked for direction with no expectations attached of what that might look like, my husband came through and contributed in the most unexpected ways. And I did find that place that I was looking for. I've learned that even when life feels uncertain or like it's starting over again, there's a quiet kind of partnership that's still available to us. How cool is that? If you like this video, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And if you've made it this far, let me know in the comments what signs you've received from your loved ones. Here's the thing, my friend. We are never truly alone, even though it can feel that way. Our loved ones may not be here in the way that we want them to be, but I've learned they're still with us in so many ways. Through the signs, the memories, and the quiet moments. So if you're ever feeling lost, don't be afraid to ask for a sign. They're out there waiting to remind you that love never dies and that you're being supported in ways that you may not expect. And that, my dear, makes the widowhood journey a lot easier to bear. Until next time, take care of yourself and don't forget to look for the signs. They're out there. Ask for that contribution. They're there, I promise you. Bye!